Africa has got to be free.
Greetings, everyone. I hope you are fine. I hope you are doing well. I'm Olani Moloi, and I would like to appreciate you for taking your precious time to watch this video. And if you like this type of content, I'll appreciate if you can just hit that subscribe button, that like button, like never before. In this video, I just want to talk about something which is all over the internet. Something that happened to a football player playing for Real Madrid and Brazil at the same time. Vinícius Júnior. What happened to him? You know, I used to love sports when I grew up until I realized that there's a lot of propaganda in sports. Even though I still watch soccer, but I no longer watch it like I used to when I grew up. It's because of such things and many others that are happening. Your boy Vinícius Júnior has suffered a lot. And this thing will never end. This thing will never end. We should never lie to ourselves. It will never end, no matter what. There's no preacher, there's no motivational speaker, there's no therapist who can end this. Your boy has suffered a lot when it comes to this whole thing. In many games, he's a target. After scoring a beautiful goal, you know, this is what bullies do. Why? Because they want to destroy your confidence. They want to crush your confidence. And they know that the moment something like this happens to you, in other words, your zeal, your motivation, your self-confidence will immediately go down, because now you have to process everything that has happened to you. Instead of playing as usual, you have to try by all means now to process everything. And then as a result, you are going to lose. You are going to lose confidence as a result. Not just confidence, but you're going to lose your momentum. You know, bullies, in most instances, they know your weak point. They know the weapon to use to bring you down so that they can take advantage of you. Because sometimes they can see that, okay, for us to compete with this person fair and squarely, it's just a bit impossible. It's just a bit difficult. So the only way we can simply defeat this person is to use certain signals, is to say certain words. And the most painful thing when it comes to these things, you have to be aware that sometimes there's no evidence. We cannot produce evidence because sometimes these people, they use signals and they have signs and they use certain words that cannot be easily detected by the investigators and all those people who are related to such things that are related to investigations, something like that. They are using signs. But if you are a victim, you know these signs because we grew up seeing all these signs everywhere. So they will make certain signs, then you know. Automatically, your spirit is crushed. Automatically, your confidence is gone. Automatically now, you ask yourself, what is going on? And while you are busy processing that particular thing, the racist is already far ahead of you. This is what is happening. And that is why many people should learn that this is the strategy of the colonizer. And this strategy has been working for many years. And it will continue working. And then again, if we understand that this whole thing can never stop, what can we do as a people? What can we do as a people? I know my solution may not be the best thing that people will want, but I can say it's important for us to teach one another about who we are, to teach one another about the colonial strategies, so that when these things happen, we don't lose momentum instantly. Yes, it will happen whereby you ask yourself, what is happening? But you need to regain that focus instantly. We have to just teach ourselves, because there are many players in Europe who have suffered the same thing which Vinícius Júnior has suffered from. And there's absolutely nothing we can do. There's absolutely nothing we can do. They can try to come up with all these strategies, but all these strategies will never work. Because when someone says something, no one can trace it. In most cases, most of these things, they cannot even be investigated. It's only me and the bully. It's only me and the racist who are aware of what is happening. And others who are aware or who are familiar with these signals. So that is why at the end of the day, they'll end up accusing Vinícius Júnior. They'll always accuse him. And because now he's also protesting against these things, that is why whenever many of these people who are like this, every time they see him, in other words, they want to provoke him. So that is why he is the target. Because others are like, they have this thing of like regaining the focus, ignoring what is happening. But when it comes to Vinícius Júnior, I've seen him in many instances. He has this thing of like, I have to protest, I have to react. But at the end of the day, nothing is done. In most cases, he will trend. Then at the end of the day, everybody will start blaming Vinícius Júnior. Nothing will happen. Nothing will happen. Because these things cannot be proven in most cases. It's only me and you who understand these signals. So I can say, okay, right now, this person has just crushed my soul. And in his heart as well, he's also like, I have crushed his soul. Because you cannot trace these things. Same applies as racial signs here in South Africa. When it happens instantly, unexpectedly. You cannot like try to even take evidence. Then at the end of the day, people will blame you. People will say, this one is like Malema. This one is like so and so. You see, that they will try by all means to create something like that. Then at the end of the day, even the people who are supposed to be defending you, they'll be like, no, man, you are also crazy. You are also not good. In other words, you have to learn to live with other people. That's painful. To our brother there, Vinícius Júnior, it's painful, but it will never end. That is why the solution is to like be able to apply self-control if you believe that your job is important, because he's doing his job there, playing for Real Madrid, earning a salary, and sometimes we can say he must leave, but at the end of the day, he's doing his own work, and his work is very important to him. So the only thing is like, you have to like apply self-control, because at the end of the day, man, you know, these things will never end. Will never end. It's designed like that.